This is Ken.
Hey, this is Cal.
And we are
Not at Odds.
Welcome back, everybody, to Not at Odds. Again, we have a special guest with us. Do the introduction, Cal.
Yeah, so to my left today, Teresa's joining us again from Managing Chaos.
Hi, guys. How are you?
How's that chaos?
There's a lot of it going on.
This podcast by special request. Everybody, I'm sure, listened to the vacation one, and it ended up bringing back a lot of memories. Is that what you'd say, Cal? About camping? At first, you didn't remember camping.
Yeah, I've paid a therapist lots of money over the years to get rid of those memories, and now they're back and fresh and saved to Spotify.
Okay, and I got a lot of comments about they're not sure how I've stayed out of jail while raising you, and with the camping podcast and talking about different things like that. So, about a month ago, I thought it'd be a great idea. Me and my wife said, let's do some camping. So we rented a couple rustic cabins. What's in the cabins again?
There's 4 mattresses, 3 rats, and 1 fireplace.
And so
we got a couple little cabins that are about the size of a really nice shed. Each of them have 2 sets of bunk beds. Well, our bunk beds, one of the sets are reverse, so the guardrail is against the wall. So one of the mattresses we can't sleep on because I'll die. And then it's got a little table, a microwave, and a little fridge that can hold about 2 Coca-Colas. And I think that's the extent of it.
Well, I have 2 bottles of wine in there.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so we got the essentials.
got the essentials. And the restroom, where's the restrooms?
You got to walk for it. It's down the street.
Got to walk to it. Those are nice restrooms, though.
No.
They're not bad, but I did shower in there this morning, and it felt like I was in prison. I can imagine that's about what a prison shower feels like.
Yeah.
I mean, minus a couple things.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's just because Bubba was in there with you, and you kept dropping the soap. But besides that.
Reminiscent.
Yeah.
So we thought that'd just be a great idea. The one part, when we planned this, it was like 75 degrees out, and we are at the end of October.
Yep.
And how is sober October going?
We're not.
I failed.
We're not sober, for sure.
No. How many, what was the count this morning? How much did you pick up?
After last night, I picked up over 60-some bottles. Looked like a bomb went off over at the campsite.
It felt like one.
Yeah, right? Yeah, we felt like it this morning.
So we thought it'd just be great to rough it, and people wanted us to do a camping podcast. So this roughing it, this is getting to me a little bit. This roughing it.
We're in a glamping camper right now, by the way. The roughing it.
Oh, yeah, I did leave that out. So after I got a couple rustic cabins for you guys to be in, we borrowed my buddy's 32-foot camper with a big slide out and with all the essentials and heat and fridges and stoves. And then
Wait, you guys have heat in yours?
Oh, yeah.
Ours felt like an igloo.
Yeah. Then the one that we're in is another borrowed camper that Chelsea and Jose and their kids got. And so, yeah. Now, how tall are you, Kelly?
6'4".
And how long would you say your bunk is?
Probably 5 feet. It feels like about 3.5. And I mean, it is a twin size mattress. And again, with one of the bunks being not suitable to survive the night on, Teresa and I shared one of the twin size mattresses last night.
Yeah, that took us back to when we were 18.
Yeah. Fun times. Still beats a tent.
Yes, it does.
God, yeah.
Not by much, but.
But I'm making kind of light of this, but I think we're going to make this an annual event because how many people do we have with us? I think 17.
Something like that, yeah.
With
quite a few people
There's
here.
9 adults and 8 kids.
Yeah, and another kid on the way too.
Yeah.
Not somebody's pregnant,
No.
just another kid showing up. So this has been, I think it's been fun for the kids. If you hear dogs barking, and people should hopefully going to be coming in, we want to talk to some people about this because we've got 3 dogs here.
3 dogs.
3 dogs night. That's how cold it was. It's a 3-dog night. Have you heard of the band 3-Dog Night? Do you know what 3-Dog Night means?
No.
That is how they'd say how cold it is. It's so cold it would take 3 dogs
to warm you up.
To warm you up. But that's what a 3-dog night is. We've got 2 cabins and 2 big campers. And lots of kids, lots of fun. So last night, we all showed up, and I got steaks for everybody for last night. How'd you like those steaks last night, Cal?
You guys had steak?
Yeah, I bought all those steaks for us last night.
We didn't have steak for dinner last night.
Oh.
Yeah, we never got to the steaks. This wasn't a vote or anything. We found out that, no, we're not having dinner now.
Right.
So
they fed the kids bologna sandwiches, and then the
which was
adults
fine, but
just left to
I didn't get
suffer.
offered a bologna sandwich. So
Bologna
then,
sandwiches.
at what, midnight?
Midnight, everybody.
Everyone's like, "Oh, pizza." So I was like, "Okay, I'll buy pizza." So then I know somebody ordered the pizza, and they're like, "All right, well, you have to walk to the front of the campground now and wait for them." Like the whole. Oh, you ordered the pizza.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
dad.
yeah.
And the whole time you were ordering it, you were like, "Yeah, just come in, we'll meet you." And the whole time you were telling him that, I don't know if you knew this, but everybody else was yelling at you to say, "No, tell him to turn left and go to the first campsite."
Do I ever listen to anybody else? I'm the eldest. Come on.
No.
No.
And
Okay.
you're not the one who pays for the mistakes either.
True.
So me and Nate and one of the boys walked to the front of the campgrounds and wait for this pizza guy. And I don't know, what was it, 29 degrees?
Yeah,
Mhm,
it
yeah.
was so cold.
Yeah. And then we got you guys pizza and came back. And
Yeah, well, it's a good thing that we didn't have all those vehicles sitting there that you could have drove up there and met. Just saying.
so you were encouraging me to drive one of those vehicles at that point?
Yeah.
I did not see you drink one beer last night.
I didn't drink one beer.
No. See?
You guys, you damn alcoholics, how many bottles? 63 bottles?
It's like 63 bottles.
That, you guys should be ashamed of yourself. I controlled myself, and through the whole night, I only finished one bottle.
Only one bottle. That's right. What was that bottle?
It was whiskey.
It was whiskey. How big of a
Yeah.
bottle?
It was a fifth. It was a
Okay.
rough night.
We've camped here one time before, and I was in the woods using the restroom and about 2 in the morning, and had the Rangers come and give me a hard time. They was going to give me a ticket and everything, and put my name up in the post office, the urinator of Bay City, you know.
So what'd you do to get out of that one?
A lot of talking. Then last night, finally got a fire going. I went for my guitar to play around the campfire. Can't find my guitar, but the campfire got going.
Yeah, we found the guitar, and then the
Yeah.
campfire lit right up. It was nice.
It was
Nice and
warm,
quiet.
too. So
Oh,
warm.
okay. All right. I see how that goes. Now, don't want to do any of that hole in the bottom of the sea stuff, huh?
We've heard about the hole.
The hole in the bottom of the sea.
33 years of the hole in the bottom of the sea.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a hole.
There's
Not
a hole.
anymore.
Yeah, no
No
more.
hole anymore.
Wow, no more guitar either. Oh well, fair is fair. Last night we did that, and the kids went to sleep, and I think we had a really good night last night. All the family together, and
Yeah, it
I
was
think that's the
fun.
first time that we've ever all got together
Yeah.
like that, just drinking and carrying on. Everybody's getting along great, telling great stories and stuff.
Yeah, typically we either leave the party early
Yeah.
or we're passing out.
Yeah.
We had the day off yesterday, so we actually got a solid night's sleep the night before.
Yep.
Typically, how these parties go is they're a Saturday night, and Teresa and I typically wake up on Saturday for work at about 3 a.m. So
Yep.
by the time the party gets going, we're already nodding off.
Yeah, we've already hit our bedtime by the time the party starts.
Yeah, and then say the party is at 3:00. You guys get there at 3:00.
Yeah.
I'm there. Melissa's there.
Nobody else.
Oh, nobody else. That's right. Everybody shows up way late. Well, we do have a letter from a listener. Kelly, do you have that letter handy?
Yeah. So this week's letter from a listener says, "Dear Ken and Kel, we have listened to all of your podcasts and have become fans of the show. We think it is great that a father and son can do a project that brings them closer. But we have a question for Ken. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ken, doing this podcast with Kel, does that make him your favorite child out of all of your children? Signed, Rachel, Heather, and Chelsea."
Why? From who?
Rachel, Heather, and Chelsea. You don't recognize their names?
Yeah, I sure
I was gonna
do
say, you're
recognize
gonna look
those
real
names.
bad right now if you don't.
No, I recognize those names. Those are for my daughters. Very funny girls. But I do want to say that does not make you my favorite child. But yeah, I know you're not supposed to have a favorite child. I do. Can I reveal it right now?
Is it Maisie?
My dog. Yeah, my dog. No, it's my neighbor's son. My neighbor's son, Billy, is my favorite child of all. He goes in and gets a beer for me when I'm mowing the lawn. He rakes my leaves. I mean, washes the car. That is a favorite child, is my
Is this a
neighbor's
thing?
kid.
This really happens?
Well, yeah, you don't have a favorite child?
No, I'm talking about this kid next door that washes your car and gets you beer.
Of course. I live in a little town, and that's what kids do for you. You gotta downsize a little bit.
I was just going to say, we're not living in a small enough town then.
I mean, I'm happy for him because I'm not doing those chores for him.
As I said, that's why my neighbor's son, Billy, is my favorite child.
That's fine. I'm gonna say Billy can come sleep in this cabin then, and I can go home to my bed.
There you go. I'm hoping to get some people in here to talk. Some of these happy campers.
Happy campers.
Happy campers. So go ahead and
So
pause
it's about
that.
to get awkward.
It's about to get awkward, yeah. We got some happy campers with us. What is today? Camp day. Anybody been
Camp
saying
day.
that? Camp day.
I was going to say Saturday, but
Saturday. We got Jose and Nathan, a couple of my son-in-laws. This camper we're in, where did this crappy camper come from?
my Uncle Dave.
Your Uncle
dropped this
Dave.
baby off.
Man, it's got wheels on it or anything, or just drag it up here?
I'm not sure how he got it here, but yeah.
No, this thing is a
No.
glamper.
Yeah.
We're
That's
setting.
nice. I'm impressed that somebody, not to sound negative against you, I'm surprised somebody would trust somebody enough to let somebody borrow this. Like,
You're absolutely right, yeah.
not you in general, but I just couldn't imagine anybody trusting me enough to let them borrow something like this.
If I spent the kind of money it would take to get this, there's no way I'm letting anybody use it.
Right.
Unless it's
Right.
like they're camping with me. You know?
Right.
I'm not just dropping it off and going, yeah, just bring it on back when you're done. You know,
So yeah, I take that as a huge compliment.
it's huge, yeah. Same. He's gonna get it back smelling like farts and Takis for sure. Too many dudes in this camper.
And Dos Equis.
And Dos Equis, yeah.
How many bottles have you bit off the top, or what have you been doing to those bottles?
Three have been eaten by the cooler, yeah.
Jeez, oh Pete's. So
So
let's
he's trying to pop the lids off of them, and it's taking the top part of the bottle and leaving shards of glass everywhere.
say what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just ripping the whole thing off. So like the whole top ring stays in the cap of the bottle.
And the
I just
funniest
get,
part is that you have to talk yourself out of drinking every one of them.
It's such a mental struggle
I'm
too.
like,
I feel like it's like party abuse as I pour this out, and they're like, "Well, there's glass shards in it, so you probably shouldn't drink it." I'm like, well,
Yeah,
Blood
rolling the
roll.
dice on that
the
one.
filtering it through your teeth thing didn't go over well with the crowd either. Like, it'll be fine.
Blood rolling down his face. You know,
Right, yeah.
it's all right. You know.
It's refreshing.
Oh my goodness. Let's talk about last night a little bit. Did we drink last night?
Oh.
I don't remember.
Don't remember. Yeah. It was a pretty good night. Let's do a quick beer review. Do we got time for a beer review?
Yeah.
We had Mike. He is a fellow craft brewer.
Wow, I forgot about those beers till just now.
Memorable experience, then, huh?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, Mike, he gave me 3 beers for us to try and review. Did I do this too late? Does anybody remember them?
I remember.
I
I
remember.
remember them, yeah.
Okay.
Now I remember them. I
Oh,
just, up till,
okay.
till it got said, it was gone.
And one of them you won a contest with.
In Oktoberfest.
That was the
Oktoberfest.
second one we did, right?
That was the
Yep.
second one. The first one was a lager.
Yeah, we did a lager, an
lager.
Oktoberfest, and then his black IPA.
What one did you like best?
I would say the Oktoberfest I like the best, honestly.
Okay. Nate?
I'd probably say I like the lager
Okay.
less.
And I like the black IPA.
I liked the lager. I thought it tasted like hef.
Oh, really? Oh, you
Yeah.
did say that.
Yep.
You influence us all. No matter what you kept saying, we do. Oh, yeah.
You did. Every time when you go to drink it, you're like, this one tastes like bananas. And all of a sudden, I'm just like, this does taste like bananas. And what was the one you said tastes like celery?
Celery. I think that's
Yeah,
the black
celery.
IPA.
IPA.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't hear that part.
Yep.
You just like get that thought in your mind, and it
Yeah.
just influences your taste buds like
Uh-huh.
crazy.
Messing with
I
us.
could definitely get to celery out of this. You know?
And me, this is going to be surprising because Mike brought the lager because he's listened to our beer podcast. He knows what my tastes are. Mine was a black IPA.
What?
Yeah?
Really?
I really liked that one the
I thought
best.
for
I've never
sure.
heard you say you liked an IPA before.
Yeah.
It to me was not real hoppy,
It wasn't.
really hoppy.
It was definitely not hoppy.
and it had a great flavor. So
Really?
Surprise.
I can't believe you didn't like the lager.
no, I didn't say I didn't like the lager, but I'm just doing out of all 3 the black IPA.
Yeah,
You're
because
such
you
a
hate
half man.
IPAs and dark beer.
I know.
So makes
And
no sense.
I thought this one was really good. Let's talk about some of the events of the day. We already talked about pizza last night, which was kind of funny. Nate, you was part of that.
I was.
And
It was a good time.
so we didn't have steaks last night, but we got up this morning and made a unanimous decision. Teresa said,
Me.
let's have steaks for breakfast.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Yeah.
You.
They were delicious.
I don't know if you actually suggested it, but
No.
as soon as I said it, you were on it. And
Yep.
everybody, hey.
Yep.
And so we cooked steaks for breakfast.
I
It's a
mean,
damn good hangover breakfast.
Yeah.
Once too. Campfire steaks are the best.
mean, it was-
I would argue whether you cooked them or not.
No,
they
I
were
gave
raw.
them to you.
Yeah, they were raw steaks.
We recooked them.
I didn't touch them. I put them over to you.
Yeah, I don't know.
True.
I mean,
I was overdoing waffles.
I woke up at 11, so that was probably pretty much my lunch. Not
Yeah,
my
that
dinner,
was your
so-
lunch.
I cut into
I was a late
mine
bloomer.
and I was like, I don't mind how it tastes, but I'm really afraid of it killing me.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I had to hit the grill again.
It was super rare.
The kids had waffles and they got to put chocolate chips in them and lots of whipped cream. and all kinds of good stuff like that. We got bread bowls.
I'm so excited for these bread bowls.
I am too. I've been
saw
smelling
those
that
and
chili
I'm
since we put it in the crock pot. I've been smelling it like, man,
That's gonna be good.
It's gonna be so
delicious.
yummy.
Yeah.
And
Chili.
she made those?
Yeah, she made those.
From
impressive.
scratch, yeah.
I heard somebody say that they had them at this one store, and I was like, "Oh, that'd be great." Went there and they didn't have them, and she says, "No, I'm going to make them for you." And she made all those for the chili. She made the chili.
That's awesome. And she's proud of them. She's been
Yeah.
showing
Oh, yeah.
everybody the bread.
Yeah.
That's
Come see my
it's going to be
bread
great.
bowl.
Walk up to him, I'm
Yeah.
like, what are these?
Yeah,
And
I'd be
she's just
stoked.
like,
I'd be proud
wow.
of them too.
That is the best thing for her to be showing people, because sometimes when she gets to drinking, you never know what she. Hey, look, no, just kidding. I'm in trouble for that one. Ain't I?
Yeah, not yet.
Not
Once
yet.
she listens to it, you will be. So you might as well keep going. What
For
else?
context, everybody but the person that said that, that's their mother-in-law.
Sorry, honey. But we've been having a blast, I think, with the kids. So last night we had the 2019 snipe hunt of the year. If you've never been snipe hunting, you need to go snipe hunting. So we had all these children and all the adults, burlap bags. What else was going on?
They were yelling "snipe, snipe" and beating trees with sticks. while
Not
the
just any
other-
stick, a cowabunga stick.
Cowabunga sticks.
While other campers were like, "What's going on?"
Yeah. And then the snipe would run down the tree, and the parent adult usually had that. And where would they go?
They went in the cage.
They went
wagon,
into a snipe cage.
and
And
somebody let them out.
Yeah, who
It was
that?
a
Was it?
complete accident. It was
Jose knocked it over.
uneven road, unsteady feet.
Fair enough.
All that beer trial before the snipe hunt.
that's true. That's true. Looked like he had some bruised knees. You hit that wagon.
I did
all
smack the
those
wagon
snipes.
pretty hard. Yeah.
And
Way harder than you would have thought falling into the wagon.
yes, you would. And
Yeah, it's successful. Most people do their snipe hunts in the summer months. Those suckers don't realize that snipe season must be in November.
Yeah.
they were big. They were definitely big. And we celebrated Sober October, and you made
ya?
it to, what'd you
ya?
say, 2 o'clock or
A lot of
something?
beers this weekend for it being still October.
Well, October 1st, it lasted till
About 2 o'clock, at least.
not 2 o'clock. Not 2 o'clock. And so as I look around the room with November coming up, are we doing No Shave November? Or
Yeah, I
is that what
started
they call?
that about 12 years ago, and I'm still going strong for No Shave November.
Yeah, I see that. You're sporting a good. You look like a brewer. You look like a beer brewer. Jose.
Yeah, none of the knowledge. More of a taster, tester.
Okay.
I'm like the this is good type of guy.
Still an
Give me
important
another
role.
one.
I watched you last night and how fast you was drinking them. I don't know if you was tasting that or not, but
Oh, it's a tough job when you get as much experience as I have. You can really bust through them pretty quick.
Yeah,
And so it's not you don't have to fumble around with it for hours to know it's a good beer.
yeah. Other things that we've done. Let's see. How many kids did you guys bring, Kelly and Teresa?
Only 2.
Only 2. Jose?
3 so far, but I've got a 4th coming today as well.
Wow. I didn't even know she was pregnant.
You know, she hides it well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nate, who'd you bring?
I brought my 2 kids.
And one of them is the youngest, and I didn't think she'd get into the snipe hunting or anything. How old is she now?
She will be 2 next week, Thursday,
She was into
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Now we got 2 in trouble. What else can we say here?
Yeah,
Well, I might be in trouble too for the pregnancy comment now.
Yeah.
how good is your editing skill?
It depends on how much money you have.
If I say
Right.
next week, Thursday or Wednesday, will that
Can I edit that in?
No, I think
probably
you're
not.
safe because I knew it was Wednesday and Teresa knew it was Wednesday because we already corrected Rachel on it earlier today.
Oh.
So you're safe.
Shots fired. Yeah.
So just delete mine and I can get mad at her.
There you
go. We're even.
She knew the date, but I think she just thought.
Yeah, she said it was
she
Thursday,
didn't
and I
realize
said
Halloween was on
she
Thursday.
was born on Halloween, and then she said, "Oh no, it's Wednesday."
Oh, Halloween is Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. But she really got into the snipe hunting, and I didn't think she would. All these kids.
All of them, yeah.
I do have to say my heart was smiling watching these kids. That was really, really cool.
I do think this whole thing I like for the kids because I think it's something that all the kids are going to remember forever. Like this is a tradition that they got to do. When
Yeah, and it's probably the longest time we've seen them without some kind of device in their hand,
Yeah.
too, which is
For
nice.
sure, yeah.
True. That is a good thing. Unplugged right here. And we're not too far out of town. We're not.
No, it's
You
nice.
you came the furthest, and you're what, an hour?
less
Yeah,
than an hour.
it's an hour from home.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty good.
There's a Starbucks 6 minutes away. So
Yes,
that's
there
nice.
is.
We're good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Got coffee, caffeine.
Really?
so
Yeah, you have to
I didn't
get
know
my
there was one that
Starbucks.
close.
You'll get your Starbucks, Nate.
You'll get your Starbucks.
and then last night, everybody interacted around the fire. I couldn't have been happier. Me and Melissa was just like, this is great. Everybody really getting along.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the longest that you guys that are in the room has been together. The most that you guys got to know each other.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
At a couple family outings and hey, how you doing and blah blah blah, and then off and everything. So this is I think this has been great. Some other things that we done today for the kids was the treasure hunt.
I mean,
Yep.
we did find a random hand.
Oh yeah.
We found a hand in the woods. We found
was not
a
fun.
Dead
dead snake.
Yeah.
We took some photos of the dead snake, pretending it wasn't a dead snake. Pretty aggressive
kinda
nature
morbid.
photos. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Melissa, she went to town and bought all kinds of little toys and gadgets and stuff for the kids, and me and her went and hid them out in the woods in random places. Then I came up with all these crazy clues or rhyming clues.
Riddles.
Rhymes.
Riddles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
what
always gotta
Beazle
be the
said to me.
showman.
That's what, yes, that's what Beazle said to me. She says, Grandpa, do the clues really have to rhyme? Yeah, it makes it magical.
Except for that last one. Huh?
Yeah,
Follow the
Chocolate.
chocolate for another clue.
something like that. And actually, it was me and Melissa that found that hand out there. Freaked us out. We didn't.
Oh,
bring-
really?
we, did-
That's
we
not
did-
something you brought?
No, we didn't bring
that's
that hand.
surprising.
We were.
Awesome.
We was like, what the heck? That hand
Yeah,
sticking
when
out
I
of the
first
tree.
saw it, because I mean, it's kind of a gory looking hand. Caught me off guard. I was like, I can't believe they bought this for the kids' treasure hunt.
We put a bunch of chocolate gold coins there, and the kids found the hand and the coins and grabbed them. We was going to leave those for you guys, so that's what happened to the adult chocolate.
Oh.
We
great.
didn't think the kids would mess with the hand. And we went over to the playscape. The kids had fun there. My dog had a lot of fun
Oh
there.
yeah, she did.
There was a problem over there that I kept hearing, and it's a repeating thing. What's going on, Teresa?
It's freezing.
Oh, it's God. Yes, it's so cold. It's freezing.
That's all I hear out of her. And she come walking up last night, and on her coat was lit up. Did you guys notice what she was wearing last night?
Oh, yeah.
I did not.
Pretty
know,
jealous of it.
I did not know it was her coat,
Yeah,
and then when I found out, that was pretty cool.
a heated jacket.
Yeah.
Still saying, I'm cold. Come on, Teresa.
Well, it's like
Man up. Man up,
legitimately
chaos.
less than freezing outside.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's
It is.
We've kept our drinks outside our door
Yeah.
because it's the temperature of a refrigerator outside.
Yes, it is. Might have to watch, make sure they don't freeze. And the playscape is over near the water.
Oh yeah.
And we did have to Frogger, like I said, across the highway
did.
with all them children, and that was kind of cool. Went over there.
Cool.
Cold,
My,
but fun.
not. No.
No?
My heart was like, we're crossing the street with 8 kids. I'm like, oh, we're all gonna die.
Well,
I mean,
true.
Maybe only some of us. Depends how fast you are.
There you go. That's true. We're going to have bread bowls and different things. What else do we got going on for this camping trip? Around 6 o'clock.
Rain.
A little bit of rain or a lot of rain?
A lot of rain.
A lot of rain.
Yeah, a whole wall of rain coming.
Yes, and I did tell you, you don't have to stick around in the rain in a cabin with your kids while it rains.
Well, that's good because at 7:30 this morning, just like I called last night, my kids were up, telling me that the sun was up, and so should I be.
Yeah.
Can't be burning daylight.
I opened the camper door and peeked out. Oh my gosh, it looked like a bomb went off out there. We were just, we was the hillbilly campers out there, and which we already made lots of friends with all of our neighbors anyhow with the snipe hunt. Yeah.
The thing is, there aren't too many neighbors because it's November. So
True.
Yeah.
most of the campground is empty.
Did you see the
Or
note
smart.
in the bathroom saying they're shutting the water and all the plumbing and everything off on Monday?
Yeah.
So like, this is
Wow.
it.
This is literally the last weekend possible to camp.
Yeah, this when I pull this camper out of here, it's not my camper. I borrowed it from Greg. Thank you, Greg. Greg and Stacy. Stacy's been taking great care of us, making sure we had everything. But we're winterizing it right here out of the park before.
Oh,
we leave.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Taking care of it right there.
There you go.
So what's the big takeaway from the camping trip, and do we want to do it again?
Absolutely.
Every year?
June or September.
Yeah, earlier in the year, but absolutely, let's do it again.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm glad we did it, but again, earlier.
Earlier is
You
better.
gave me kind of hell last night because of how late I got here, because we had to get ready for yesterday because
Yeah.
we were counting on this thing being canceled, and we woke up and saw the weather yesterday and was like, oh, I guess it's happening.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah, get it together.
But unfortunately, this is the only time we can get both cabins because nobody wants to be here when it's cold. But there's other people out there. There is. I seen Mason learning to ride a bike.
Yep.
That was good.
Jose
That's
was doing that.
I think he is learning to glide on a bike.
both of them.
Jose ran by yelling, why won't he pedal?
Right? I'm like, you gotta stop pedaling backwards.
But again, I think this is going to be great memories for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think the girls that went on a beer run purposely did not come in to be on the podcast. But
Yeah. It was an escape.
Smart.
Run. Yeah.
they did. They
Well,
did.
they had said they were going to go on a beer run, and then like, oh, we'll wait, and then they left. So
I gave them cash. We may never see them again.
Yeah.
I believe
I think the
run
beer was much more important.
changed into they needed to get some shoes.
Oh,
Yep. And then
okay.
that just-
There's shoe shopping?
I'm pretty sure. So that now goes into more shopping.
Goodness
Why you
gracious.
never give them money. Life lesson.
That's true. That's true. So I hope we do this again next year. If we do, maybe we'll throw out another podcast on that. And we're glad we got this one out and going. Hopefully more fun. Some of us with the campers are going to wait out the rain, play games, and seeing as these are big, nice, fancy
We're committed.
campers,
We're staying. Yeah.
we're staying.
We could play some Spyfall.
And,
Oh,
my
yeah,
God.
the spy ball.
Yeah, let's not close. Let's not
I mean,
close
we can
this
just
out
play
yet.
any game. Really, it doesn't necessarily have to be Spyfall, or
We
does
don't
it?
have to play Spyfall, but
But if we don't,
if you guys want to.
yeah, they,
Poor guy's been begging to play Spyfall since he got out of the car yesterday.
He's like, I got this game. Guys.
Yeah.
went on for
Every
hours.
single person is. Will you please be on my side and get the rest of these people to play Spyfall? Like,
All right. If we don't this year, we will next year.
Okay.
Nate.
I don't think if we don't play it this year, Nate probably won't show up next year.
yeah.
You
I
won't.
mean, we do
He's
have
like, I want to do
Thanksgiving.
one thing this weekend. And everybody ignored me.
I'm quitting this family. No one wants to play Spyfall.
All right. Well, I hope to see everybody again next year. And that's it for this episode of Not at Odds. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.